uh,
Defined.
defined defined by whether the government or independent actors, like privately owned business or consumer, make the decisions that impact these three questions. What gets products? How to good and service gets products? Which goods and service gets products?
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So it says here there are 4 types. Okay, so we'll watch these 4 types: traditional, command, market, and the mixed. Nowadays, it's most likely mixed. All right, and each sense primarily 主要是 defined by whether the government or independent actor。好，这边我们讲的 actor 不是演员的 actor，而是做事的行为人。Okay, so like privately owned businesses. Okay, like this word, we had a word before, we learned it before, enterprise, private enterprises. Okay, 那是独立的商家个人行为的这个公司all right, or consumer 或者是消费者okay, they okay make the decision that impact these 3 questions: what, how, and which of what get produced. Goods, services get produced. Okay, right now we are not only talking about goods. 这个 goods 当然是指货物、商品 ，all right， 或者 services 提供服务。比如说芳芳说上周去做了导游，他那个工作就是一个服务 services。Okay, all right. So what kind? Okay, and how this is provided? Okay, produced, and which kind was produced. So right now, what usually we shop online. So we may not go to a real store. Okay, but instead we shop online. So which goods and services? Okay, that was how. Okay, right now, let's look at next paragraph. Okay, let's defining characteristics below. Okay, so let's look at traditional economics. All right, let's have Rudy. Rudy, please read this one.
Okay. Traditional economic. People trade the goods and services they decided to produce for goods and services they need. This simple trade system is called a barter economic. Traditional barter economics were the only way to trade in early times before money existed. This type of economy is still used in some small and informal communities today.
Very good. Okay, so here we learn a new term, barter economic. Okay, barter economic, barter or barter, okay, economic. Basically, the idea of barter economy is exchange. Exchange things. Right now, we use money to exchange for goods or something. But before money starts, before money was created, people use barter system, which means exchange goods, exchange services. All right. So let's watch a video clips that tells us what barter economy is. All right. Barter. Okay, let's choose a short one. Earlier I watched a very short one. Okay, barter system.
Stop wasting money on iCloud. This innovative stick makes it easy to back up your smartphone. It's compatible with all devices.
Today we are going to learn about barter system. What is a barter system? 1. In the old days when there was no money, people exchanged services and goods for other services
So,
and goods in return.
exchange
2.
things.
It was
Only,
introduced
no
by
money
Mesopotamia tribes. Goods was exchanged for food, tea, weapons. Example, suppose you have 2 potatoes and you want bread and another person have bread and he want potatoes, so you both can exchange your commodities. This is called barter.
So you want
What are the
something
problems
that
in
other
barter
people have.
system?
So you
1.
exchange stuff.
Double
If the person
coincidence
wants
of
your
wants.
stuff, you can exchange.
Suppose you want bread in exchange of potatoes, then you have to find a person who has bread and wants potatoes, which sometimes with such a diverse commodities, it is difficult to find. 2.
But the problem here is, wait, you have something, but you need something else. If you want to bother, what does something else from the other person need your stuff as well, so you can bother. So each of these two individual needs each other's stuff, then you can bother. Okay, so in the old times, okay, this was how it worked. Okay, so say I have a lot of vegetable at home, but I need wood to work my stuff, but I don't have wood to use. But the person who lives in the who has labor, they are very strong. They can cut the woods for me, but then he didn't have time to grow vegetables, so he can cut the woods for me, and I can give him vegetables I have. So we can exchange for each other's what each other need. So that is called barter system. But the problem here is we need to find each other. So sometimes it was not easy in the old times. All right.
Lack of a standard unit of account. When you find such a person, after that who will decide how many potatoes you should give in exchange of bread. This is due to lack of standard unit of account.
According to this one, how much for each others? Okay, sometimes there's no standard. I think the solution here is that as long as you both sides agreed on the amount, then it's okay. All right, so there's no definite amount for what to exchange for how much or how many items. All right.
Trivia. Due to lack of money, bartering became popular in the 1930s during the Great Depression. It was used to obtain food and various other services.
So even in the modern society, okay, it's not too long ago, right? Almost 100 years ago already. During Great Depression, there's no money working, so people exchange. They exchange services and goods. So how it works. But bartering system was extremely popular in the old times. Okay. Right. So
If you liked my video, please like and share this video to
the bartering system. Okay, I think there was one that was very short and easy. Okay. Because later we can watch this one. Okay, it's for kids. Very easy to watch. Okay, there's another one as well. Okay, so let's continue what we have for next one. Command economics. Okay, command means you have rulers who make decisions for everybody. So there was a centralized government owns everything. So very different from what we are used to. Okay, so would Lily read this for us? Thank you.
Okay. Centralized government owns all the resources needed for production of goods and service. The government determines what to produce, how it is produced, how much to charge, and the means of distribution. Consumers do not have many choice. They purchase what the government produce of the price of government decide. Command economics are most often associated with a political philosophy called communism. North Korea and Cuba are two of few remaining examples for command economics. China had a command economic before it. Made free market economic refers in the 1980s and the 1990s.
Very good, thank you, Lily. All right, so command economics right now are still existed. It still exists today, but in not many countries, not many areas. Usually, it has something to do with this area or this country's political philosophy. It means 他们的政治系统。Like Fang Fang is from Vietnam. Okay, Vietnam right now is a communism country. So the government decide what to produce, how many or how much to produce. Okay, so the public consumers has very little to say about it. Is it true, Fang Fang? Fang Fang, in your own country right now, is this one true? 现在在越南是这样子吗？国家说了算，要生产什么，国家说了算，老百姓
Yes, that's right.
Still like this. So what do you produce in your own country right now? What kind of services or products that your country produce?
Oh, I don't know because we don't do anything like Taiwan. Taiwan can 投票 or anything else, but we are in Vietnam. No, say no.
No, same thing. Okay, so as he says here, there are only very few countries now, okay, using command economics. Okay, so countries like North Korea, Beihan, okay, South Korea is different. It's a market economics. Okay, all right, but North Korea, no, and for Vietnam, no. Cuba, okay, Cuba, Cuba was command economics. Okay, the government in charge of everything, is in charge of everything. All right. China was like that. Okay, but now they opened up some years back. So right now it's a mixed tradition. All right. So let's see if we can find information explaining what command economic is. Basically, all these video clips give you more information. Okay. Right. Let's see. This one we watched it before. Oh, okay. Oh, we watched something this guy said earlier. Okay, let's watch a short one. Okay, this is a short.
Last Friday, I used AI to help me write an essay. It literally saved me hours, and I aced it.
Oh, man. This is for kids. Okay, so it's there. It's cute. Okay, this one doesn't narrate it for us. So let's read. What is a command economic? A command or planned economic describes a society or a country where all decisions on investments and productions are made according to the plan of a central authority. So the central authority here, if it's a government, then it is if it's a country, then it's the government. All right. So that's what it says about the authority. The former Soviet Union, 苏联 before Cuba, North Korea. Okay. The dad said he was the head of the family and he made the decision. All right. I don't think I want to watch this one. Okay, it's I need to explain too much. Okay, let's watch another one. I remember I watched one earlier, which was not too bad. You want to watch this, guys? But there's no. Okay, let's watch this one. Okay, we'll explain too the command.
Well, what is the difference between a free market and a command economy?
Including
And
the
that's the
next
question
one,
we're going to
okay?
answer in today's video. And really, these are polar opposites. And truthfully, most countries don't fall nice and neatly into one or the other. Usually, it's a blend of the two.
A mixed
But
blend.
these are really helpful kind of phrases or terms for being able to kind of assess how countries operate and really how much freedom do they allow businesses. So on one end of the spectrum, we have what we call a free market economy. Now, in a free market economy, we basically allow the market to determine what goods and services should be offered. So the market makes the decisions related to the types of goods and services that should be offered. And so the greatest example of a free market economy is capitalism, which we, for the most part, have here in the United States with some exceptions. And that is largely based upon supply and demand. And so instead of the government having a say in terms of a lot of the goods and services that are produced, it really is up to individual businesses. And businesses are only going to produce those goods and services they're going to sell. So consumers, we vote with the money that we spend. And so when we go into the store and we choose to buy a certain product, we are being an active participant in a free market economy because we're voting with our spending patterns, and that's telling businesses the types of goods and services that they should offer if they do want to earn our money. Now, on the opposite end of this.
Okay, so this is the part talking about market economic. It's this one. Okay, free market economics. Okay, since we just watched it, let's come to this part and then go back to capitalism. Go back to command economics. Okay, let's come back to Fang Fang. Would you please read market economics, please? Thank you.
好的，老师，
Consumer.
好，等我一下，因为我好看到了。Consumer and business all control the production, and each person of goods and service decisions are motivated by self-interest and competition. Consumers have many choices in a market economy, but fewer price controls. These formulas for free or unlimited market and economics is associated with an economic policy called
Capitalism.
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 Capitalism 就是我们说的资本主义，资本主义跟钱有关。capital 就是资本嘛，资金哈，资本主义就是现在的都是看钱呐、都是往前看哈这种就叫 capitalism. All right, so free market economic or market economics is something to do with demand. Okay, what you need. Okay, and then if you have people have needs, then some other people may provide the need that's something that we need. Okay, so it is kind of an exchange, but it was concern it's something to do with money. You need money. Okay, so consumer and the business control the production. So if you need something and people can provide that to you, so you can exchange. And I get the service and you give me money. I give you money and you give me the services. Okay, all right. So decisions are motivated by self-interest and competition. So if there are so many goods for only one buyer, so I can choose, the buyer can choose. If there are many buyers for only one good to sell to them, so the person who provides the service can make decisions. So you see the differences, right? So the choices depends on the both sides. Okay. The price depends on demand and provide. So the two sides need to decide the price. All right. All right. So associates is something to do with. So that's what we just view. Okay, this guy mentioned. All right. So let's come back to the this part, command economics. I don't like it that you didn't have a caption.
Spectrum is what we call a command economy. And in a command economy, contrary to a free market economy, they really exist when government largely decides what goods and services should be produced. And so in this case, the government makes decisions as to what should be produced. And the greatest example of a command economy is, of course, communism. And communism economically is still present today. It's certainly not as common as it once was, simply because of the issues economically surrounding that type of economy. And even a country like China, for example, which in many senses is viewed as communistic, from a financial standpoint, is really beginning to get away from the communist system just because they realize the impact that has on the economy. Now, of course, China is still politically communist, but economically they're beginning to kind of move over to the left, you might say, to more of a free market. Certainly not entirely free market. They still control a lot of what government or what businesses actually focus on. But
here he just said that politically China is still communism, but economically speaking, is more like free market right now for China. Okay,
they are beginning to see the benefits of sort of free markets, if you will. So really the distinction between the two comes down to one aspect, and that has to do with control. So how much control a government will have over those decisions as to what to produce will lean one way or the other. Now, as I mentioned, many economies are mixed, which means they exhibit characteristics of both a market economy as well as...
Right now he's talking about a mixed economics, which is one that we're going to read later, okay?
Characteristics of a command economy. And if you were to take the United States, for example, there are certain elements of free enterprise in our economy, but there are also elements in which we choose to have the government make decisions. And so things like healthcare and transportation and education would be less of a free market economy and more government oversight. So what I will say is you don't want to classify one economy entirely as free market or command, because typically there's some mixture of the two.
All right, good. So he explained the videos I watch here usually has a mix of every economics. So the 4 types they mention it together. All right. So that's about it. All right. So we read about it and we'll listen to the narrative, the video clips. Now let's take a look at the mixed economics, which we the guy just mentioned. Rudy, would you please read this one, please? Thank you.
Mixed economics, mixture of both individually owned businesses and government-owned businesses determines what to produce, how it is produced, how much to change, and the mean of distribution. Most countries, including the United States, have a mixed economic system. Pure command or pure market economics are rare. Mixed economics are flexible and perform better in today's complex world.
Very good, thank you. All right, so a mixture of individual-owned business and government-owned business, okay, determine, okay. So this is how today's society mostly like, okay, a mix of both. All right, so the United States, Taiwan is a mixed economic system, okay, pure 完全的 okay, pure command, very rare now, and pure market economy, very rare, because if it's a pure economics, okay, usually the consumer has nothing to say about it. So it's very dangerous. So there will be some just kind of system to control that, to stop whatever happens. 所以我们有消基会、公平委员会 because if the cell phone system only controlled by one country, one company, then the company can decide the price, right? And the consumer has nothing to say about it. It's not fair. So it's a free market for many different companies to produce the same item. Then they compete each other, and the consumer can have choices. So in a way, that will decide the price of the item. So usually it's a mixed, not a purely this or purely that. All right. So that's why we say it's rare, 很少见. Okay, and so a mixed economies are flexible and perform better in today's complex world, the system. All right, that's what we have here. Talking about the four types of economic system: traditional, and command, market or free market, or mixed. Today is most likely mixed. All right, so let's read the following questions to decide which it belongs to which. T is traditional, and C means command, MAR means market, mix means mix. Okay, all right, so number 1. A centralized government controls all economic activities. What kind of system is this one?
Command.
Command. Okay, so
Command,
MAR.
sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay, all right. Number 2, Rudy, read this one.
Free market principles guide the exchange of goods and services.
Okay, everyone, which system is this one?
Market.
Market. Okay. Oh, Central, this one is not my fault. This is
number 1 is command.
yeah, it's my fault. My fault.
Okay.
This is Mark. All right. It was Fang Fang, right? Fang Fang, read number 3.
好的 3. Oh, these economic systems relies primarily on individual level and focus on basic goods and service being traded in a small community.
All right, so which system is this one?
I think in the mix.
Agree, Rudy and Lily, do you agree? It's a mix?
No, I think it's traditional market.
Yes,
I
look at this
think-
word, basic. 最基本的 yes, it is traditional. All right, Lily, would you please read number 4?
Okay. Combination of free market activity and centralized government controls characterize this economic system.
Okay, and what system is this one?
Mix.
Very good, thank you. Okay, Rudy, number 5.
Okay. In this barter economy, individuals exchange the goods and services they need for the goods and services they can provide others.
All right, what system is this one?
I think it's the traditional market.
Yes, when you see this word barter is of course traditional.
Yes.
All right, number 6. Oh, I'm sorry, Fang Fang.
This economic system promotes capitalism, a free market system with minimal government intervention.
Intervention, very good. Okay, what system is this one? Guys?
It's a market system.
Yes, it's market. Very good. Number 7, Lily.
This system exists only in small, isolated communities today, but was more common in earlier society.
Okay, okay, this word isolated. Isolated.
Sorry.
比较封闭的，比较远的地方的啊。So, what system is this one?
Traditional.
Very good, thank you. Number 8, Rudy.
Okay. This economic system has mostly privately owned industries, but there are also a number of government-run utilities.
Utilities.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
Utilities.
which system is this one?
Mixed market.
A mixed, yes. Okay, you have a privately owned and you also have government owned. Very good. Number 9, Fang Fang.
North Korea is one of the few countries that has these economic systems. Characters as having little or no independently or business.
Okay, which one is this? North Korea. What kind of a system is this? Command. Very good. Number 10, who's that, Lily?
If a child at the school lunch table tried her bag of chips for another child's apple, it is an example of practice most common in the economic system.
Okay, so if a kid exchange something he has with another kid, just exchange like that. What kind of system is this?
Traditional.
Very good. It's called barter, right? Barter belongs to traditional system. Very good. 11. Ruby.
I'm sorry. Okay. 11. The United States allowing independently owned delivery businesses and also supporting a government-run postal system. Postal system is an example of this economic systems.
So what system is this?
Mixed,
Mixed, very good.
mixed.
Mixed, okay, very good, okay，所以有政府的邮政，然后也有民间的快递，是不是？可是两个都有的，
Yes.
这是个 mixed。All right, number 12, 双方。
In this economic system, consumers don't have many choice. They purchase what the government products at the price the government decide.
Decide, okay, so what system is this?
Market.
Right?
Must
Okay,
Must.
they have little, they don't have many choices. They only can produce what government produces at the price the government decide. If they have no choices or very little choices,
no choice.
no choice or very little choices, what kind?
No choice.
No choice, but there's no item. There's only 4. It's a command system. Okay, here. Okay. Right, North Korea. Okay, they produce what the government produce at the price the government decide, right? So this is what we just read. So a command economism. All right, economies. All right, so these are the 4 types of economic systems that we experience today. So actually, traditional economics are actually still exist, and now even in our society now today. Say I have 2 power bank. I only need 1, and so I have an extra. But I'm thinking to get a very not so new something else. And Rudy has like 2 or 3 cell phones, or he only needs 2 of the new ones. There's a very old one, he didn't need it at all. So we two can exchange. I give you a good PowerPoint, a power bank, and you give me that cell phone you don't need anymore. So we can still exchange. And I don't give you money, you don't give me money at all. But we just exchange the items we have. That's bartering. So today it still exists. Remember what we I think what we read online before